Your teacher may correct 30 or 40 or even 50 answer papers on a single day at exam times. Among these 40 or 50 answer papers, how to make your answer paper impressive or appealing to the teacher? Hi all, I'm Dr. Reslet. In this video, I'll share with you few important tips that make your answer paper unique from others. An impressive answer paper is neither a topper's thing nor a girl's. I'm specifying here as girls because usually girls used to have beautiful handwriting, but in exam point of view, a beautiful handwriting is not at all the matter. Beautiful handwriting is beautiful actually, but legible handwriting matters. So what is this legible handwriting? Legible handwriting means the teacher must be able to read what you have written without any confusions. Stand out from the crowd. Even the content in the answer paper is same for you as well as your friend's paper. You should create an impression that something additional or some extra points are there in this paper. So let me tell you how to create that impression. First one is systematic. Write your answer paper systematically, that is in an organized manner. Okay, this organization should actually start even before you start the exam or before you enter the exam hall. How does that work? Firstly, set a proper time management. Proper time management in the sense you have to allocate sufficient time for each sections of the questions, for attending each sections of the questions, then for rechecking the answers that you have written, and also for attending the questions that you don't know. Okay, three parts. First, to attend each sections of question, then to attend the questions that you don't know, then last for rechecking all the questions that you have written. Next tip is to write the answers in order. That is question number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. In this case, even if this is not possible, try to write one entire section in order. That is, don't write after question number 5, don't jump to 10 and then to 15. That is not an order. If you are writing essay first means you have to write all questions of the essays. If you are writing short note first means write all questions of the short notes together in order. Okay, if you don't know one answer of the short note means please leave space for that particular question so that you can fill it at the end. You can decide which section to write first even after you get the question paper. Okay, like write the section in which you know all answers well and best in the beginning. This will create an impression to the teacher. Then the next tip is way of writing an answer. How to write an answer? There are actually two ways of writing an answer. One method is paragraph wise and the second one is point wise. And in some language, for example English, and some regional language, say Malayalam or Tamil, they prefer writing in paragraphs. If you're writing in paragraph, then also try to give an introduction part, a conclusion part, then a content part. Okay, if it is an essay question, you can give a proper heading, then an introduction part, then two or three content part, then final conclusion part, like that for paragraph. Then moving on to point wise method of answering, it is the most neat as well as specific way of writing an answer. Here you can see I have given an example, four functions of blood. Firstly, I have written it in a paragraph method, and second, the same 4 points I have given it as point wise. You can clearly understand from this itself that point wise answering is more neat as well as more specific. Next tip is understanding the type of question. What does it mean? It means to know what is asked in the question. For example, if in the question it is asked as the disadvantage of a particular thing. This disadvantage of a particular thing is actually a 2-mark question. But you know this topic very well. It was actually an essay topic. You studied it for a whole day. So what you thought is write what all things you know. So you started writing what is that particular thing, what is its example, some advantage, disadvantage, how much is the mark, its mark weightage is just 2 marks. Will you get any additional mark, 3 or 4? No, you won't. Okay, if you write 4 or 5 or 6 disadvantage, then you will get the complete 2 marks. No need for its explanation. Okay, that is it. Understanding what is being asked and write accordingly is very important. I have given here some type of questions, like you can see list or enumerate or encounter, difference between or compare and contrast. What is difference between? Difference between means you have to see the write the differences of that two things which is given. Compare and contrast means you have to write the similarities as well as differences of that particular two things. Then advantage and disadvantage means advantage is the good side and disadvantage is the drawbacks of a particular thing. So far I have explained how to attend a question. Now I will give you some tips to make it more impressive for your teacher. First one is diagram. If in the question it is asked for a neatly labeled diagram, definitely you have to draw a neatly labeled diagram. What about if it is not asked in the question? If it is a essay or 4 mark or 5 mark or 6 mark, in college level and all, even you can draw it in a 3 mark level also. Okay, even if the question doesn't ask for a diagram, if it is an essay or 4 or 5 or 6 mark question, you can draw a neatly labeled diagram if you know it. A neat label diagram done half of your work. Your teacher may not even waste time to read the content or explanation if your diagram is perfect. They will just look on the diagram only. Next one is flowchart. Similar is the case for flowchart also. You can add it in long answers, and when and where you can add it. Next one is examples. If your question is what is a particular thing, you can just add one or two example even if it is not asked in a question. This will give an additional impression definitely. Next one is do not scribble. We all may get some mistakes while writing. Try to minimize your striking. Even if you wrote a mistake and want to strike, just give a single strike. Be it a word or a question, just give a single strike. Do not scribble and make your answer paper looks ugly or bad. Then coming to margin. Draw a proper margin on the left side, and if your subject requires calculation or rough work like maths or physics, then draw on your right side too. Okay, so that your rough works can be done on the right side. Do not draw your margin too much widely. Just a ruler scale width is enough. Next is to give adequate space. Adequate space, proper spacing should be given in between words and also after each answers. Okay, there also too much spacing is not needed. Last step is to recheck your all written questions. So after you finish writing all your answers systematically in proper order, point or paragraph wise, with proper headings, diagrams or flowcharts or examples, with proper spacing, now it comes to recheck. What all steps you have to do when rechecking? Let's see. First step is to read all written answer. Read all the written answer to ensure that they are correct. Secondly, underline the key terms in your answers. Okay, you can underline it either with pencil or different color pen according to your exam pattern and what are the rules, draw it. Then if you have a final solution or law etc., you can put them in boxes. If your exam is maths or physics, you will get lot of calculation results and all, no, that you can put in boxes. Next, after completing each answer, draw a line with a scale and pencil to make clear that the answer is complete. Next is ensure all answers are written with proper question number. The question numbers are proper. Make sure. Okay. You can read one answer, put tick mark for that answer in the question paper. If you do this way, it helps you to find out if you miss any answer. Lastly, don't leave any questions unattempted. Even if you don't know the direct answers, at least write anything related to it. Sometimes you may not get any marks, but sometimes you may get half marks, at least. Dear friends, please follow these steps, and if you find any difference, or even if you didn't find any difference in your answer paper, please do inform me. Thank you.